Testing. 1, 2. What is up, you guys? My name is Sean, and my part-time job is reselling things online and making YouTube videos about it. And if you could, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button as well. So, today we're going to be talking about shipping and everything you need to know to not lose money. Shipping is probably the biggest learning curve when it comes to selling anything online, but once you watch this video, you should know everything you need to know to hit the ground running. And make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. I'm going to be giving you 3 major tips that will put you leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. So first and foremost, before you start listing anything, you're going to need some supplies. And some of those supplies include tape gun, box cutter, packing paper and or bubble wrap, a scale, a printer, and probably the most important, a box to ship your items in. So once you got all your supplies in order, now you got a lot of options when it comes to what service you want to use to ship your item out with. We're going to start off going over USPS and what they offer, just because they are usually the cheapest option and the most convenient when it comes to most things. So your first option, and probably the most cheapest, is going to be media mail. However, there are some restrictions on what you can use and what qualifies as media mail, which I will post right now. So, to qualify as media mail, it needs to be one of these things that fall under one of these descriptions. And media mail is going to cost you anywhere from about $2 to $7. It just really depends on how much it weighs and where it's going. Now let's say you have something that's still small and lightweight, but it doesn't qualify as media mail. So your next option is going to be USPS First Class. So what qualifies as USPS First Class is anything that weighs under a pound or 16 ounces. And you can ship USPS First Class on pretty much anything. Like you can ship it in this little envelope, or you can ship it in this reused Amazon bubble mailer. You can ship it in this regular cardboard box that I got from some store, I don't remember where. But just make sure it's your own box. Don't ship it in a priority box from USPS, because then you're going to be getting charged a completely different rate. Speaking of priority, that is our next one. So this is pretty much anything that's over a pound. So this is probably going to be the one you use most often if you are reselling online. However, once you start getting on the heavier side of certain items with USPS priority, you might want to start exploring the flat rate options. So you got a few options when it comes to shipping something priority flat rate. You got the flat rate bubble mailer. You have the flat rate small box, which I don't have. You have the medium flat rate and large flat rate. And with any flat rate box, if it fits, it ships, and it'll ship at the rate that that box is going for. So USPS small box goes for about $7, medium $13, and large goes for about, I think it's going anywhere between $19 and $21. So this is typically something you would use if you have a smaller, heavier item, like say for example, if you have dumbbells. Dumbbells will fit in a large flat rate box. So if you were to ship them regular USPS priority, those could cost anywhere between $40 to $50 to ship. Whereas if you put it in a large flat rate, or even if they fit in a medium flat rate, it's going to cost a lot less money. And then you got a couple more options after that. You got the regional A box and the regional B box. Now with the regional boxes, the name is kind of misleading. I don't know what the person was thinking when they named them these, because with region you think like, oh, I live in Texas, surely like it means like I can only ship to like Oklahoma or Louisiana or somewhere around that. No, regional does not mean it just ships you anywhere in the region. It can go to anywhere. So let's start with the regional A box. I don't have one to show you at the moment, but with the regional A, they come in a couple different sizes, and basically what they mean is they ship at a 2-pound rate all the way up to 15 pounds. So the ideal purpose to use them for is if you had a small item that weighed 15 pounds, you could put it in that box and ship it at a 2-pound rate. And the regional B box, kind of the same principle. It ships at a 4-pound rate all the way up to 20 pounds. So again, the ideal purpose of this box would be something small that weighs up to 20 pounds. You could fit it in this box and ship it at a 4-pound rate. But let's say you have something really big and really heavy. So for example, this thing of hardware cloth. This is not going to fit in a flat rate box, and it is going to be super expensive to ship USPS priority. So your next option is going to be FedEx home delivery. And another method you might consider is Pirate Ship. It's a third-party shipping company that it's kind of the same principle as FedEx home delivery. If you have something that's a little bit on the heavier side and it's going to cost way too much with USPS priority, you might consider using Pirate Ship, because this could definitely save you a lot of money in the long run. Now that we've gone over some of the options that we have for shipping, we actually have an item that's sold. So I'm going to walk you through how we go about getting that shipped out to the buyer. All right, so we got this OG Xbox controller, Eclipse Pelican brand, that's sold for $6.99. So I'm thinking this is probably going to ship out first class, so let's go ahead and find a box for it. Decisions. Here we go. All right. So now we got a box. This is another reason why you should save any and all boxes you get, because you never know what size of box you're going to need for something you're going to ship out. Now, obviously, this item fits in this box, but there is a lot of void space. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all how I do a Frankenbox to cut this box size down and save some money on shipping. Alright, so it definitely fits in here a lot better now. There's not as much void space. There's still a little bit on top, but once I get it all bubble wrapped and packed in and everything, it should fit in there nice and snug. Alright, so we got this thing all packed up and ready to go. Now we just gotta weigh it and purchase the shipping label. Also, if you are interested in any of the items that I've used today for this video, I will be posting some links down below that you can get on Amazon, and it'll also support the channel. All right, moment of truth. Come on, be under a pound, be under a pound, be under a pound. No! 1 pound, 4 ounces. So this is not going to be first class because it is over a pound. It is going to probably ship out USPS priority. And also, another side tip, if this is not a whole number, say it was like 1 pound, 3.8 ounces, you would go ahead and round up to the next biggest number. So it would just go to 1 pound, 4 ounces if it was 1 pound, 3.8. All right, so now we're gonna go to selling, and it's gonna bring us to what needs to be shipped out. So once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and click on print shipping label. All right, and that is gonna bring us to our next screen, which is putting in all the information. So you're gonna put in the weight, ounces, and the dimensions of the box. So you're also going to have to get a tape measure to measure the box so you can put that information in. Now we get to pick what service we want to go with. So does not qualify as UPS first class. That's what I thought it was going to be, but is over a pound, so that is not what we're going to use. So it's looking like USPS priority is going to be our best option. A priority flat rate envelope would be a little bit cheaper, but it's a controller. Not putting a controller in an envelope, that would be silly. And if you start scrolling down, you start seeing the other options, and they are significantly more expensive. So we're going with USPS priority, and we're going to select that and go down to purchase shipping label. And then we click print. And so going back to what printers you can use, this is a Dymo 450, but we are planning on soon upgrading to a Rollo Printer, which we can print a lot more variety of labels on. But the cool thing about this one is a thermal printer, so it uses no ink. So it's a lot cheaper in the long run. You can, however, go ahead and use a regular old printer. It does not have to be this fancy. We started out by just printing out shipping labels at the library because we didn't own a printer. So just whatever you got to use to start off with. However, I think these thermal printers will definitely be a good investment later on. So now we got this thing all packed up. We are ready to take this up to USPS. And you don't necessarily need to take it up there. There are ways that you can get a mail carrier to pick it up off your front porch. However, I live in a small town, so I don't mind going up there myself and dropping it off. I think the longest line we've ever had was maybe like 2 or 3 people. So I'm usually in and out pretty quick. It's also 2 minutes away from me, so it makes sense in my case to go up there and drop my packages off. Also, when you drop your packages off at USPS, always, always, always get a receipt when you drop your packages off. Do not just drop them off and leave, because if USPS, for whatever reason, and they're known for doing this, if they lose your package, you don't have any proof that you dropped it off. So if you have that receipt, you have proof that they received it. Also, if for whatever reason they just let it sit and they don't scan it into their system, and you have next day shipping or 1 to 3 days shipping on your profile, then if they wait too long, it's going to show up that you were late getting it up to the post office, when in reality you sent it up there 2 or 3 days ago, but they just didn't scan it into their system. So with that receipt, again, you have proof that you took it up there when you did, and you can use that as evidence in your case if the buyer says that you never took it up to the post office. All right, so now I'm going to go over what those 3 tips were that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. One of them is, however you ship your item out, that's going to result in what feedback you get. And as I mentioned before, feedback is everything. If you get negative feedback, you might as well go ahead and just start a new eBay account, because once you have that negative feedback, you're not going to be able to get it off. And chances are most people aren't going to want to buy from somebody who has negative feedback. So pack your items with care, pack them appropriately, because that is how you get good feedback. And second tip is 1-day handling time. So this just basically means that when your item sells, you got to get it out to the post office the next day. I think this is definitely a lot more attractive to buyers and will result in more sales. Do it if you can. If you can't, then your next best option would be 1 to 3 day shipping, which is what I do. Just because with my job, I work as a firefighter, so I work 24 on, 48 off. So I can't ship out every single day. So again, if you can, do it. I think it will definitely help out your business. Third tip, consider free shipping. So what this means is, let's say you have an item that is selling for $20 and it costs $5 to ship it out. So what you'll see most people do is they put the asking price at $20 and then they have a $5 shipping cost. So what you could do is put free shipping and then just make the asking price $24.99. So that way you have the shipping costs included into the asking price, and then you can put free shipping on it. I think this is a lot more attractive to buyers, because they'll look at it and be like, oh, it's free shipping. This is a lot better deal than having to pay shipping on something else, even though the asking price is a little bit lower. This is just kind of a sales strategy to get more sales, and I've been doing a lot of my items. I've seen a lot more sales as a result of adding the shipping costs into the asking price and then just putting free shipping. So consider that for anything you're selling. And that is it. Hopefully you found this video helpful. And again, if you were interested in any of the items that I used in this video, I'll be posting some links down below in the description. They are affiliate links, so if you do purchase anything from them, they'll really help support the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you liked the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next one.